So, we have our lesson today that's reviewing over a problem or a set of problems that we covered in our end of course exam or our end of unit exam a week ago. And so, we're going to review this again today independently. I just have a video first modeling what I want you to do and how I would like you to think about solving this problem before you do your practice problems and then your exit ticket. So, if you look over here on the right, you will see that there is a set of steps or criteria for success that I'm going to ask you to do for every single problem. So the first thing we're going to do is read the problem and annotate. So over a time period of 45 minutes, Ms. Munoz can grade 15 papers. At this rate, how many papers can she grade each minute? So I'm thinking about the two items that we're talking about here. We're talking about the minutes that she spends and the papers that she is grading. So they want us to annotate, which we did. Then they want us to box the ratio that is presented in the problem in blue. So I already messed up, but no worries. I'm going to look at my question because the question is going to identify that ratio. And I'm going to go ahead and box that they want to know the papers that she can grade each minute. So here is my ratio in blue. Ugh, that looks gross. Sorry. Grade each minute. And I'm doing it in two boxes to show that there is a box for the papers that she's grading and a box for the minutes. Then we need to then write the ratio in the space below and create a table with numbers from the problem in green. So let me go ahead and change my color pen. And you're going to do this as well in the draw it activity. So papers she grades each minute. I'm just going to write it like that. I'm going to just kind of shorten it a bit, but I see that it says papers each minute. Okay, let's say that I'm struggling with my independent and dependent variable. I'm not sure which one is y or which one is x. So I'm going to actually create a table with my phrasing. So I see that there's papers and I see that there are minutes. So with that being said, in the problem, they told me that 15 papers are graded in 45 minutes. Now, if the question wants to know how many papers can she grade each minute, I know that is the unit rate. So they want to know for 1 minute. So here is my question mark. Okay, so far we have put all the information we need in our table. And now step 4 is to solve for the missing number in red. So there are a few ways that I can think of this, right? I know that I can go this direction. I know I end up going in this direction to solve for this question mark. So the point is to figure out some sort of pattern or relationship in order to get from the information they gave us to what is missing here. Okay. So I am not quite sure how many times 15 goes into 45. I know it's multiplying by some number, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to divide 45 into 15. And sure enough, I get 3 because 15 times 3 is 45. So I know I'm multiplying by 3 to go from the papers to the minutes. All right, but that doesn't give me my final answer because I need to know what question mark is times 3 that gets us 1. So if I don't know what that is, I'm going to work backwards. So I'm going to change the color here because I need to work backwards. So I need to divide by 3. Okay, well, what is 1 divided by 3? Well, I know that if I use bow tie, right, bottom out, top in, the 3 goes on the outside, the 1 goes on the inside. And then I notice that I have a repeating decimal that goes on and on forever and ever and ever. So I could leave it as 0.3 repeating, or I could leave it as 1/3. Since the fraction looks a little bit neater, I'm going to go ahead and replace our question mark. And now we know that 1/3 is the amount of papers that she can grade each minute. Okay, so we have solved for it in red. And now we're going to box or circle our final answer after we're done writing it in a complete sentence. So Ms. Munoz can grade 1/3 of a paper, so not a whole paper, but a third of it in 1 minute. We can also double check our work by doing 1/3 times 3. 1/3 times 3 over 1, we get 3 over 3. And if we simplify that, we got 1. So sure enough, our answer of 1/3 is correct. So I boxed my final answer.